Hello, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. This is going to be very, very interesting. This is multiple channels of live. It's going to be a podcast. It's going to be Instagram live. And then what else is this going to be? So, welcome, everybody. So, I listened to a podcast today, and it was. You can go. I'm doing the recording. I'll send you. I'll call you. I'm online right now. I'll call you. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So I listened to it. Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? Can everybody hear me? Hello. All right. Good. 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 I just want to confirm that everybody can hear me. So that's fantastic. All right. So I listened to a podcast, and Ebuka, the host of Big Brother, was being interviewed in this podcast. I think it's called Talk Shop. And man, I really, really, guy, I really, really learned a lot of things from Ebuka from that podcast. So I said that please, if you can tag him right now, everybody. If you can tag Ebuka right now. If you can tag Ebuka right now. Say, if you can tag him right now, because you're gonna learn a lot from it. I've got notes from that podcast. John, how you doing, man? Yeah, so this guy was interviewed in this podcast, and they were interviewing him about, stuff, business, life generally. Not really about his life, but nothing personal, but business. And he shared a lot of wisdom that I think that if I share it here, it'll help you in your business. So let me start with the first one. The first lesson I learned from Ebuka in that interview is this: that it is dangerous to be popular and broke. He said it is dangerous to be popular and broke. So you got to get your money game right. You got to get your money game right, as in immediately. Get it right. Get the money game. That's what the Ebuka said. First thing he said. I learned so much from that interview. Then he said something which is the sales strategy now. It was in January 2013. That was when he started hosting. He started hosting Robin Minds. That was when he first started hosting Robin Minds on January 10th. On January 2013 was when he started hosting Robin Minds. Now, when you see him hosting Robin Minds, I'm sure you go like, this guy is lucky. He's hosting such a big show. He's lucky. No, that was not what happened. He actually went to the producers of Robin Minds and he pitched the idea to them that he would like to host the show. That's a salesman for you, man. He knew his prospective customer and he pitched the idea to his prospective customer. I was like, whoa, that is a salesman for you. But for some of you, you see your opportunity, you don't pitch for the opportunity. So how you gonna get it? They say you cannot wink to a beautiful woman and expect her to hear you. You cannot wink to a beautiful woman in the dark and expect her to see or hear you. So he pitched the idea to them and said, you know what? I love talk shows. I can host this show for you. They gave it to him, and that was a beautiful moment for him. And that's how his career began to grow. It began to grow. It began to grow and grow and grow. This is a short thing today, but I hope you're going to learn a lot of things today. Next thing he said that he didn't know his niche immediately. So he was doing a lot of things. So he was hosting event shows. he was hosting game shows until he found his love and his niche, which is really, really interviewing. So his brilliance and his majesty, blew up when he was hosting, when he was doing an interview show. So, of course, that relates to why when he was hosting Robin Minds was such a success for him because he was in his element, he was in his natural habitat. You see that? Good. Next, let's look at his consumption of media. He said something very, very powerful. He said he has watched every Larry King interview. That every interview that Larry King has ever done, he has watched all of them because Larry King is the king. He's the king of talk show. The late Larry King is the king. And that shows you something. That is a diligent man. For Ebuka to make that kind of statement, it means that he is hungry. He works on his craft. He works on mastering his craft. He's intentional. Yes, I like that, John. He's intentional about his craft, mastering his craft. So I want to ask you that is watching me right now, are you intentional about mastering your craft? Now, if you're enjoying this, please tell your friends to join us. Take a screen grab, share it on your Instagram stories. Those of you who are Facebook, share this with your friends. Tell them to come and join us. You're learning something for what I'm teaching and all of that good stuff. Did you get that? Did you get that? Good. Dr. Stephanie! Good afternoon, ma'am. I mean, Ebuka, I learned a lot from Ebuka just listening to that podcast today. It was amazing. Good. So here's another thing that Ebuka now said. He said that he didn't know his niche at first. He was doing everything. He was hosting event shows. He was hosting weddings, parties. But when he found out that interviewing was his love, he zoned in and he poured everything he had on that. Then he said he has a vast consumption of media, and that was powerful. It's like me saying I have a vast consumption for books. All right, so please tag Ebuka, tag Shop Talk podcast. I think Shop Talk were the ones that interviewed him for their podcast. It was such a brilliant conversation. Such a brilliant conversation. Then he said something. He said he modeled the great Larry King. And that brings us something about NLP. You know, I'm a Dubai trained NLP practitioner. You know, I learned personal breakthrough experience. I went to school for that in Dubai. And one of the things that they taught us in NLP is modeling. And what that basically means that every result that somebody else has produced, you can also produce it if you model the way they think and that the way that they act. So even the Bible says that Apostle Paul will say, follow me as I follow Christ. In other words, model me because I am modeling Christ. So it's the modeling principle. Ebuka said he has watched every interview that Larry King has ever given. Every interview. Wow. Ebuka said that he has watched every single interview that Larry King has ever done. Peace Lift, how are you doing? So he has watched every interview that I was like, yeah, that's mastery. It's like me saying I've read every sales book that Jeff Blunt has ever written. Do you get me? All right. So that is being intentional. Amazing vendors, how are you doing? That is being intentional in their craft. I mean, I have a note full of books here. Notes. All right. So that's modeling. So the question I want to ask you is, who are you modeling in your business? Who are you modeling in your business? Who are you modeling in your business? That's the truth of the matter. Ebuka said something very powerful. He said that he has watched every Larry King interview. All. Why? Because that's his model. He said even when he's interviewing people, the way Larry King will tilt his body or his head, that is the way he tilts himself. And I guess when he does that, it generates the state for him to be in. That's very powerful. In NLP, we call that mirroring, because there's a mirror neuron in your brain and my brain. If I watch you do something, the exact same mirror neurons in your brain that are firing when you're doing that thing will also fire when all I am doing is watching you do that. That's the power of the mirroring principle. Did you get that? So he said he watched all of those interviews, and that really, really helped him a lot. For those of you that just joined us, one of the things I said earlier is one of his growth strategies was that Wood began to, when he came back from America, he went to read intellectual law in the US. I think it's in Washington. That when he got back in 2013, he started hosting Robin Minds. Now, some of you may see him hosting Robin Minds on channels, and you may think that, oh, he just got the gig because maybe he came from a successful family and all of that good stuff. He said no. He said he went to the producers of Robin Minds, which is Debola Williams and Trudy. Those were the owners of the show. That's their business. So he went to them and said, you know what, guys, I can host this show. And that's a salesman for you. That's a salesman. He went to pitch. He went to sell himself. Because a closed mouth is a closed pocket. A closed mouth is a closed pocket. So he asked for it and he got it. My notes. I still take notes for those of you who are millennials. I mean, I'm not a millennial. I'm in my 40s. But respect me. Huh? Huh? We're not small boys here. Huh? So I take notes because there's a connection between note taking and your memory. Yeah. Next, you know, he's a brand ambassador for Samsung. All right, so he's a brand ambassador for Samsung. And here's what he said. You know, Samsung is a South Korea business, South Korea company. And then this is what he said, or this was his words from the interview that I listened to. At this point, we're talking about controlling your narrative. He said that, you know, before they signed him up, they took his name to South Korea. He wasn't the only person they signed that season. And the South Koreans, he said they dog about him online everywhere. And they found no controversy. They found no drama. I'm like, yo, that's my man. Yo, no controversy. No Insta blog. You know, some people are craving to be on this Insta blog. Craving. They like drama. Yo, hey, may they talk about me. Hey, listen to me. If you don't control your narrative, so they found nothing about him. He's a brand ambassador. He said it. They found nothing about him. So the lesson there is you have to control your narrative. Because until the lion learns how to read, write, and talk, every story will glorify the hunter. Are you guys being blessed by this? Am I blessing you with this? Are you learning? If you don't answer me, I go off this, I'll continue. Facebook people, are you people enjoying this? Before I go on, you must tell me, what are you learning? If not, I will not continue. And only Miss Kaledi tell me, who else is learning something here? I will stop. I will off this thing. Drifting. Make I off this thing now? Who is learning something here? Oh my goodness. Yes, now you are talking. Because I'm about to off it here now. The mirror who you admire. Okay, good. All right, so you have to control your narrative. And they found nothing control about him. And then they gave him the job. Control your narrative. Some of you put out dumb shit on Instagram. Dumb shit. Some of you put out dumb shit on this Instagram. And the internet does not forget. Take picture of yourself, shaking your bum on your boobs. Hey, hey, hey. The day you now want to get a good opportunity, internet will remember. Control your narrative. Don't try to show yourself. Show your body. Hey, 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 wait it. Show yourself everything. The day the internet, you need an opportunity. When the brand remember, this person, hey, I'm not gonna give my work, yo. Some people have actually lost a job because of a post that they put out on social media. Control your narrative. Facebook, are you guys learning something? Facebook, are you people learning? Chai, this is true. You people should tag Ebuka. Everybody tag Ebuka. If all of you tag Ebuka, he will come and listen to this. Everybody tag Ebuka now. Tag him. So now one guy they use it as case study in a good way. Ebuka, you need to listen to this, the replay of this. One guy is using your life as a case study here. It is inspiring us here. The guy is inspiring us with your narrative. All right. Then the guy talks about the fact that you got to dress well. You got to look good. How many of you believe Ebuka dresses well? Say I. Do you believe that? The guy dresses well. He's a cool guy. He's part of the package. He's part of the package. He's part of the package. You get that? Part of the package. He dresses very, very well. And because of that, that has also helped his brand. It's always says the king of fashion. Jews, please tag Ebuka. Tag him. Say Ebuka. This guy has used you as a case study for good in this place, man. All right, so those are some of the things I learned from Ebuka. I listened to a great podcast about him today. So I got out some nuggets of wisdom from that. I decided to share it with each and every one of you. I hope it was valuable to you. I hope you learned something tonight. And I hope I was a blessing to you. So I'm a nice guy. You see, I go research, can't give you. So what will you give to me now is what I want from you. Very simple. I have a great product that I think everybody should get. Of course, you know how we sell now. If you want to leave now. Well, I'll talk about my product. Good. So I have a great product that I have now. It's an audio newsletter. So every Sunday you get it in your mailbox. I teach sales step by step ish for $5 every month. It's a subscription. You'll be charged every month. Though. You get it in your mailbox. It's step by step. People are getting results with it. And it's audio, so you can listen to it every single time. It's a podcast, it's audio, but it's for you and your team. Even if you can't do it for everybody, you can do it for yourself and then share it with your team. Who would like to subscribe to my newsletter today? Say I. So it's an audio newsletter, and every month end I do a general class for everybody who has subscribed to the newsletter. Who would like to subscribe to the newsletter today? Say I. Say I. Say coach, I'm coming. I'm subscribing. So click on the link on my Instagram bio to do that. Ufama, you're subscribing now. Yes, so to subscribe is $60 for the whole year, which is $25K, or $5 a month, every month, monthly. Who wants to subscribe right now? Say I. Who wants to come on board? Say, coach, I'm coming for that newsletter, man. And I'm going to write a deep dive article about this in the next newsletter. It's going to be deep. I'm going to go detailed on this in the next newsletter on how you can use it. Ufama, go ahead and subscribe, Jared. Do 1 year. Yeah, my girl, go ahead. Do 1 year. Who else wants to subscribe for the newsletter? Say I. Who wants to do that right now? Say I. Hello, Mr. Fo. Hello. Tino Grills. Have you got some grills for me? Got some food? Were you blessed tonight? Were you blessed? Should I recap? Who was blessed tonight? Say, coach, I was blessed tonight. $5 is how much in naira? It's 2,500 naira.